Okay, there we go. I just had the problem with the key thing blocking apparently. So, just woken up in some sense. It's really, it's like 18:18. So it's late, but, who wants to get up in nowadays? It's just. Anyway, apparently a lot of people have problems sleeping. Now, I don't really have a problem sleeping. I have a problem actually, So anyway, I'm like, waking up, it's like, okay, I'll just turn around and see if I can. Of course, my bed is broken as well. That's not so good. But anyway, I'm recording this with the LG V20, which I'm trying to make my primary mobile. I have tested, now I've got the screen for the Shift 6MQ, and it looks to be without any pixel issues. The screen looks to be pretty good, and so I'm just toying around with a nonsense game, which it really shouldn't be. But anyway, it's running this game, this driver game, which actually can drive itself. It's just totally nonsense. I don't know what is wrong with people in these days. Apparently, we just need to have it so easy. But anyway, so this game I've tested with the LG V20 and the Shift 6MQ, and there's a huge difference in regard to this. The Shift MQ is running this smoothly with all the details and all that compared to the LG V20. And of course that's one of the big differences between the LG V20 and the Shift 6MQ. But of course the LG V20 is also like 5 years old or so. So I guess it's somewhat expected that it's not totally up to the thing. But usually I don't really play games, and usually, well, I guess I do play some games, but I shouldn't be playing. That's worded like that. I shouldn't be playing stupid games. But when you're listening to things, when you're listening to books or something like that, you sometimes just want to have some brain dead thing, where you can just sit and do some brain dead thing and then listen to the book or whatever. So I have a lot of or Bible books or whatever. And the card game is pretty. You don't need to use any brain power really. It's one of these games where you just don't really. But in any case, on the Shift 6MQ, it's running terrific. Without. There can be some slightly, but really it's minor. It runs pretty smooth with highest details on the 6MQ. Now I can't remember how fast compared to the LG V20, but I think it's like 4-6 times the speed. At least when it's over 10% of power, because the the Shift 6MQ have this I think it's nonsense, but it has this thing. Maybe others would love this feature and like this feature, but I kind of not like it too much. And the LG V20 have some of the same, although it takes the light down. It doesn't change the speed of the mobile, it just takes the light down. But the thing is, when the Shift 6MQ gets down to 10%, while fixing that light in your head, which I haven't still figured out if you can actually stop, but I guess you could take some paper or something like that, a small thing, and just put over, so it wouldn't be fixing in your blank 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 blank. The LG V20 pops up with a thing in regards to the battery, and then it removes it again, and then 5% it just removes the or takes the light from the screen, which is, I hate it. And just use the last thing, and then I'll just change the battery. Okay, I don't need this warning thing and all that. So but yeah, it's, as you can see, this little game at least runs perfectly on the on the Shift 6MQ pretty much. And that's with full details and all that. Now, this game running on the LG V20 won't even run smoothly with the lowest settings. It can run, and you can also play the game with it, although when you get more cars, you start with, I think it's like 4, 3 other opponents, right, and then 1, and when you get 2 more opponents, as AIs, it just totally, it doesn't seem to handle it very well, even on the lowest setting. But again, shouldn't be playing games anyway. But yeah, and really, if you go to the Play Store, you can't really find the game anyway for the LG V20. So this is one of these, what shall we call it in nowadays, hacks, where you need to find the APK, which is actually, it's not an APK, it's something else, but one of the new formats they made apparently, and then install it and all that. So I guess they do understand that this game is not really made for older mobile phones, and thereby doesn't show up with the LG V20. Now there's also, this is internet based. There's another game that apparently was incredibly popular in regards to these driving games, but you gotta be kidding in regards to how they set the game up. It's like that there's no really it's you just upgrade one car and then you pretty much can win every single time. So what's the idea of that? Then of course there's other cars that you can put money in and all that. Anyway, one of the good things is that I had these batteries, the Shift batteries, and I know it's a little dark, but that's still preparing to take my power away from my apartment. I just ridden back to the police yesterday or 2 days ago or so, something like that. Haven't gotten any response yet, but we'll see what they will respond. They sent me a, what do you call it, ticket or something like that for them breaking into my apartment and setting up a new door and all that. Which you could make a, what do you call it? You could respond to it if you. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to respond to that, absolutely. I need to respond to those other. Anyway, whatever. Let's get back to the mobiles and all that. But in interesting times we're living in, probably only going to get worse. As apparently we in our days are now getting more insanity. It's yeah, we are, what do you call it? Getting more restrictions and all that. Not a surprise overall, but of course people don't believe the silver paper hats anyway, and it is what it is, I guess. I try to tell people in regards of a lockdown and all that, and there will not come another lockdown and blah 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 blah. So I try to what do you call it? Try to get the position of the mayor in this place, because that was the only. I know it's probably if people are not really, people don't want to, they're blind, so it's kind of. And but anyway, I was collecting all these declarations or whatever you want to call it from people, and usually the response was that no, there's no lockdown going to happen or anything like that. Yeah, okay. So what are we in now? Oh, a lockdown. Oh, okay. Yes, a second lockdown. Wow. Anyway, so people didn't even need to vote me in regards to this declaration thing. The declarations was just to get on the election paper. People didn't need to vote to me, and they don't use the declaration anyway. Many people don't even know what it is. So they never have heard about it. So that they didn't really even want to give me one is kind of. I think it's kind of bullshit, but anyway, that's what they want to do. So now we get lockdowns, we can't go out swimming, we have insanity with mask and all that. Anyway, whatever. This world is Satan's. Satan has his time, and so anyway, I got this. I don't know if I can show it. I have this, which I turn around here. Uh-oh. Failed to record. Yeah, that's because of the battery nonsense. Anyway, so this is the charger I actually got. And I tried charging it with the LG V20 batteries. And it only charged to around 90%. You know, sometimes a little less than 90%, sometimes a little above 90%, but around 90%. So I put in the shift batteries into them, and it seems like it's actually charging 200% for the shift batteries. I haven't checked how long it takes. Usually that shouldn't really be a problem. If you have a charger, you can, as long as you can charge the battery, you can use the phone for other things, and thereby you can just flip things around. So I haven't seen if I haven't counted how long it takes for the battery to charge, but at least it's absolutely something that would help people in regards of the battery lag in regards to the Shift 6MQ, because you can only get one kind of battery for the Shift 6MQ, and it seems to be running pretty. It's a problem that is on all mobiles, I guess. It's not only the Shift 6MQ, but at least you can change the battery on the 6MQ, the Shift 6MQ. Is it MQ6? I think it's 6MQ. Can't even remember. My brain is a little. So of course that's absolutely a plus that you can actually but that she has 6MQ. I can't even remember. I wonder what it actually stands for. But yep, 6MQ. Any case, so at least you can change the batteries. It would be much worse on those mobiles you can't change the batteries on. I still just don't think the battery. I don't think the battery is big enough. But that's a problem I have with most mobiles. I don't. There are few mobiles that had like huge batteries, but that's But you still have to have the three essentials in a mobile: micro SD card, change the batteries, which usually you can't do on these bigger battery mobiles, and then of course the jack stick. I still haven't figured out why the 6 shifts, the 6MQ seems to, it's different of course in regards to the speaker. It's lower in the speaker than the LG V20, and it also seems to be somewhat worse. But where it really tears through in some sense is when you have calls, and I don't know why it's so bad, But I can listen to MP3s on the 6MQ and think that's okay, no problem, I can hear what they're saying and all that. But then when I make a phone call, I don't know what is wrong. It's just so terrible. It can help lowering the volume, which then really gets low. That helps in regards of the it's like when you go higher, it's like it's drowning. It's drowning the what's it called, the sound, and thereby it makes you can't hear what is being said. So that's very sad. Another thing, of course, a lot of the things the Shift company can't really. It's not their fault. It's in regards of Android 10. Although they did say they would make it with Android 8, and then they changed it to Android 10, which is kind of sad because I think it actually would have probably been better with Android 8 on it. But I don't know why they chose to go with Android 10. Maybe because of security updates, or in regards of getting the mobile accepted by Google or something like that. But I think actually the Shift 6MQ would have had its some betterment in regards of actually having an Android 8, because then you could still record calls. That's one thing, and you would still have the things that was running on the Android 8, and if the speed that the mobile would have, it would probably be swiping fast. I don't know, but it's 4 or 6 times the fast of the LG V20, and having Android 8, you would still be able to record calls, and yeah, you wouldn't in some sense need to really root the device overall. Well, there's still some things that you would have liked to have, but I don't know if the company could actually have done that, if they could have taken like the Viber application and put it inside, but usually the Viber application do need root, but that would help users to actually tune the sound of the speaker. Now I don't use the mobile, taking up to my ears. I use the speaker thing because I don't want to be too close to the radiation. But yeah, using the speaker is not really so good. And again, you can lower the volume. That's one way of doing it apparently, and maybe they have pushed the volume up in this beta I'm running, but I don't know. And then you can fix it down, but of course then it's lower, and yeah, I don't know, because you can really push. You can push the speaker if you have it rooted, which of course when you root the phone it just makes so many other issues, which is just totally, it's Android, Google is just, it's just nonsense. We really need to get away from Google, because Google will just continue its bullshit. I do wonder in regards of the translator. Google on Android 8 seems to have this feature where you can use the camera to translate things if you come around, and but on Android 10, at least on the Shift 6MQ, I don't see that feature anymore, even if you install the application and it's the same version and all that, but still doesn't have the feature. So I don't know if that is kind of a thing in regards of if it's maybe because it's the on-Google version I have, or if this is just a new Android 10 thing that you are not allowed to do that. I don't know, but it works on Android 8, so on the LG V20. So, but yeah, the charging of batteries, which I just which I got not long ago, which I was asking Shift in regards if they didn't have the possibility of charging any batteries or anything like that. But nope. But this seems to work, and it's not that expensive from China. I've seen 2 different versions of it. Should pretty much be the same charging. It seems to have the same stats and all that, so probably the same. But one of them have like this thing, so it, you fix the battery and it goes there, and then this one doesn't have that. So I guess it's too easy hit the battery at the right place for the plus and the minus. You're only using 2 poles. You're using the plus and the minus, and not the rest. And you need to hit those plus and minus, and then it begins charging. So, and it seems to work. Again, both of my mobiles. I do have a very, very old mobile that I could check in regards of battery as well, but I would think it would work. But yeah, it's pretty nice. So yeah, but in any case, I'm trying to, now that I have the screen fixed and all that, I will return to my old LG V20. The problem, one of the other problems with with the Shift 6 MQ as well is that the screen I've had two screens already that breaks, and it's not like the front glass, the Gorilla Glass or anything like that breaks. It's the screen underneath that breaks. That's kind of nonsense. Now I did take on the Shift 6 MQ I did take the bzzz out of the mobile and seemed to not care about it. So the mobile is now working without the little bzzz that makes usually a vibration. No, the vibrator, I guess, the vibrator. So the vibrator is not in the Shift 6 MQ mobile anymore, and that makes it like when I do this, it feels good. It feels like it's it feels like it should. But the problem with it was when it had the vibrator, it shakes the whole mobile, and it's just weird that such a little thing, this little vibrator would make so much vibrations throughout the mobile just hitting it. It seems to make the vibrations throughout the whole mobile, and that was just incredible. But yeah, it stopped when I took it out, and then the mobile actually felt normal again. So I don't know if that could have anything to do with the screen breaking, that they are sending vibrations throughout the whole mobile that the screen just can't handle and then breaks. So maybe the screen is now much more resistant to breaking. I don't know, after taking this little guy out. But that of course is not a positive thing, and I don't know if it's like that on every single 6MQ, Shift 6MQ. I haven't access to more than one, so I don't know. Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just sick and tired of all the things that I'm running into. I understand that this is like a small company and all that, but some of the things I just thought would be something that they should have noticed in the, like, the first batteries I got. You couldn't, it was so hard to get them in and get them out. It was like nearly impossible to get them in and get them out. You couldn't, just totally stuck in the mobile. I had to sandpaper the battery, and then I had to fix, wield it, so you can actually fix it with your nail. Like things like that, I would think, they should have fixed, like in the period of testing things and all that, they should have catched those things, It's like, you just have to have, so you can put your nail down and take the battery up. But when you don't have really anything for, this is like old school stuff, It's nothing really new. You usually have batteries with some kind of, where you can put the nail down and get it so you can pull up. And there's just this slightly, which is way too little. So, I wielded it with some kind of, some kind of liquid where you use some Blu-ray, what is it called? Higher vibrations than violet. What is it called? Ultraviolet. I think it's ultraviolet you use, and then it just totally goes hard or solidifies. And I used that for all 4 batteries, and it has been working absolutely perfectly. But I just don't understand why they wouldn't have, looked into. It should be a minor thing in regards of fixing the plastic thing where I don't know. Anyway, so that what that's 2 point. That was 2 things I ran into. And then of course there wasn't any charger for the batteries. That's a minus as well. But I was using the phone with the wire all the time, and it was charging the batteries. I could sit in the beginning I could sit with the mobile and then just charge all my 4 batteries. When it was full 100%, I could just close the mobile, put another battery in, and begin to charge that, which is kind of tedious as well, really. But it's a way to do it, and it was the way that I needed to do it, if I wanted to charge all 4 batteries. Now then later on the mobile stopped charging correctly. Well, one of my chargers burned out. The primary, I tested all my chargers that I had in my household to find the best that for the mobile, and I ended up with Huawei, what is it called, 9 volts or something like that. In any case, it was not that big and it could charge it to the fullest extent. So that was the one I used, but of course I used it a lot, I used it a lot. And apparently that charger couldn't hold or handle that in the long run. So it began to become, colorized. So I ended up throwing it out. So anyway, I got a new one of those as well, but it was after that the mobile pretty much, and it could have been an update most likely. I don't really know, but I ended up ordering a new of those specific chargers that I knew should be able to do it, and I did have another charger that also should be able to do it, but that didn't work anymore, and I don't, it's like sometimes it's in regards to different cables and all that, because all these nonsense things and all that, but it would still have helped if I had just had a charger. I at least would still be able to just charge the battery by the charger and just flip the batteries. That's how I did it with the LG V20 when that stopped charging correctly. I just used the chargers, the external chargers, and that was working wonderful. And I really didn't miss that the mobile couldn't really charge. It wasn't really a biggie. It could charge, but much slower than it usually would charge. And it seemed to actually be a problem in regards to the system itself, in regards of Android, so a software thing. And this might be the same thing in regards of this Android 10, that it might be a software issue and not a hardware issue, because when I flashed and all that, it seemed to be able to charge correctly again, so it seems to be like a software thing. Who knows, maybe Google have fixed some bullshit into the system so it can get into issues, because designed absolution, right? So you get tired of the mobile and then you just buy a new one because it doesn't work as it should anymore, right? I don't know, but this the whole thing of Google and Android is just bullshit. Google has shown its ability to just ruin everything and anything, fixing things that are pretty good, right? And then they just ruin things. They take control over the user, and they do what they want to do. And they pretty much, YouTube, that's Google, totally ruined the platform. I'm getting, censored on so many levels. They deplatform, what do you call it? Deplatform people. Facebook, the same nonsense, deplatforming, I think it's called, and you can't, you can't write messages because they put you in Facebook jail. So they clearly have a huge issue with free speech, So at the moment, I'm trying Gab again. I did make an account long ago. I guess nearly 2 years ago, 1 year and 8 months or so. And I just wanted to try to see if they would kick me off the platform. And they didn't. So that was interesting. And I was very anti-Catholic on the platform. And they didn't really kick me off. So that was nice. But I really, there's other issues of Gap that I don't like and all that. So it's absolutely and I still, trying it out again. It still has many issues, like Facebook. Although at least I'm not being put in jail, you know. And I've been speaking to some Catholics. A lot of them has been banning me, you know. And one of them wrote an article on the Judaizers. Wonderful to see one of these guys, you know, a fourth grade Columbus guy, you know, under the magistery of the popes and the bishops in regards of interpretation of the Bible instead of being led by the Spirit. But anyway, and the main author of the website or the platform actually also pointing that out, and you know, that's wonderful. Just so we made some waves, at least. So some Catholics absolutely have the possibility of questioning the system of theirs. So hopefully it will get someone to think and get out of this wicked system. But yeah, again, the interesting thing is that I haven't been banned, you know, from the platform. So that's a nice thing, and so I'll give them a plus for that for sure. So yeah, but it's very sad to see how the internet has become. It has become pretty much totally mainstream, and they on purposely try to lock us down in what we can say and not say. You know, they're clearly not for free speech, and we can see how it's now used for propaganda to control, you know, all the information and control what people is seeing or not seeing. That's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. You know, all the vaccine damages and testimonies are removed, and all the promotion of this disgusting thing, of all the, you know, propaganda of getting vaxxed and all that is all over. So they remove what is against their, what shall we say, their view of what is right, what is so-called right in the eyes of a Satanist, and then they just remove every single you know, testimony from people out in the real world having been damaged by these disgusting snake oil bullshitters and liquid. You know, these Satanists out there pushing all this, they are clearly professional drug dealers, you know. That's what they are. You know, it's interesting how the police are always going after the little guy in our times, right? Instead of going after the biggie guys. That's interesting. Anyway, so yeah, it is as it is. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, so that's anyway. What's more in regard to this? I don't know. The mobile now seems at least much more as it should be. You know, no disturbing vibration in the mobile anymore. Which again, who knows, might have been the reason for the screens dying all the time, which is once, you know, minor drops. I don't know. I could test it, of course. I'll just need my, you know, information down from the mobile first, at least, because I've been told that this mobile can handle hundreds of drops, you know, which I haven't seen at all, you know. So you know, I think I've dropped this around 10 times or so. You know, the mobile. The first time was the first drop. The screen broke, right? And I think the next screen maybe have, you know, I at least had a couple of drops. So let's just say 10, you know, to be nice. Before it broke, you know. Somewhat of 10. Oh, is that demonstration now? 18. I don't know if that's demonstration, it seems. I wonder if they're finished or if they're going. It's just so dark with so much of darkness around, you know. Yeah, it seems to be demonstration now. Interesting. Let's see here. Let's get some voice. Oh, yeah, that's one of these smart things in regards of, as nonsense. Then turning off the sound, and then when you push it, it then further puts the sound up, and all these automatical things. Seem to be inside the. Oh, that's a good amount of people inside. Not entirely sure where we are in the nation. If it's Copenhagen or what. And I heard about two protests, but both of them were inside the Sabbath. So I do wonder if this is in Copenhagen or where it is. Let's see if we can figure that out. Anyway, it's a weird time to live in, right? Let's see here, it doesn't really say. Of course, the problem is I can't really do much in regards of. It doesn't look like. I have no idea where that is, but doesn't seem to be. I have no idea. Let's see here. The Nazi world we are living in. Anyway, 268 people are watching in regards to the MIB. I don't think it's in Copenhagen. Well, we had two demonstrations in Copenhagen, but the problem, of course, is that it was in the Sabbath. Anyway, it's just. I guess I didn't really do much in the Sabbath anyway. Just sleeping, I've listened. Actually, that's not true. I was listening to one of these books as well in regards to the papacy being the Antichrist, and of course, listening to quotations, and there's this guy that I'm listening to at the moment that has created a book on the Book of Revelation. Although I think he has a lot of things wrong, he's absolutely spot on in regards to the papacy. But in regards of his interpretation of much of the trumpets. Oh, okay. Okay. Og inde I København. Well, apparently it is in Copenhagen that they are, fixing demonstration, but I just don't know where it is in Copenhagen. I don't seem to. Oh, maybe it is actually in at the place. Oh, no. I'm thinking like maybe in the mayor, hello, but then I'm thinking no, it doesn't really seem to look like that. It's like living. Oh, so maybe they're going into. Maybe this is the collection place and then going in. I don't know if they've been out walking yet. But the problem with these guys is they usually throw these, huge bang bang, and I really don't like that. And of course the symbols as well, and of course they, in regards to the truth, in regards to Jesus Christ and all that, usually people hate that, But of course, if one could have a T-shirt or something like that, or something stamped on the regards to the truth, then people can always come around and ask questions if they want. Well, they say now she says there's also a demo in Aarhus. Well, oh well, I don't know. Well, I can go in and of course see if I can find the page. So anything else? I don't know. Yeah. I guess not much. So, oh yeah, I could have tested the phone. Well, I can actually do that as well. Of course, the LG V20 is now, of course, doing its thing. So it's, I don't know if do I have the test application on this phone or have I deleted it? Just have a, no, that's no. Oh, it's open, but it doesn't have any SIM card in it. But the best application I found for testing was this application, sadly, that needs to have internet connection, which I don't like. I tested pretty much every test application, I think. Oh well, at least a lot of them. In black. Let's see here. Oh, it is Copenhagen, okay. Apparently. Let's see here when the demonstration, it actually starts now. I guess that's the problem, there should be like a channel. Yeah. Eller Christiansborg, Christians. Ikke galt. Skal lige eller Rådhuspladsen. Jeg kigger lige. Kind of annoying. There must be a channel where we can, where you could actually see all the demonstrations of people, could easily, the media is not going to report much, so. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was something in regards to this, more restrictions. I don't know if it was on the computer or if I don't know where that went, somewhere, I have so many tabs opened. Deplatforming, there we go, no platforming, deplatforming. Okay. Discord. Oh yeah, there's the new restrictions here. See here. And they close. I do wonder in regards to the swimming places if they also close now. They close a lot of things. At least. Interesting. Yeah. Oh well, anyway, okay, let's see. I've got this other mobile opened up and see if I have the test application on it. It's called Geekbench 5. And Geekbench 5 is just the best testing application to in regards to running benchmark. I do also have a lot of the benchmark that I made on the internet on my profile in regards to the Shift 6MQ and the LG-V20, and where you can actually see a lot of bad results from the LG-V20 because it's rooted. Sometimes rooting just ruin the speed of at least the LG-V20. I haven't seen the same problem on the Shift 6MQ when I rooted, but I have a lot of other issues when I rooted, but not the speed. The speed doesn't seem to be affected in the Shift 6MQ. But the LG-V20, the speed absolutely it ends up going up and down. It's just very sad. I don't know in regards of maybe it would actually be better to use Android 7, the newest version I can find of Android 7 for the LG-V20, because I did try and it seems like maybe it actually feels much quicker. So, and of course it was made for the Android 7, so maybe it's something I should actually try and install the latest version of, and yeah. Anyway, we need the SIM card if we want to test it, and of course now Geekbench. Let's see if we can find Geekbench and quickly install it on the Shift phone as well, and then fix the SIM card. Or at least I can actually that's another possibility, of course, to see Geekbench. But yeah, that's the problem with Geekbench, is that it needs there's another Geekbench ML. What is that? Measures machine learning performance with, okay. Can't remember if I tried that. Probably tried it. Can't remember. I think I probably tried it, but anyway, I tried so many, benchmark tools, and the problem with these benchmark applications, was, of course, a lot of them actually had spyware in them. And then the problem is in regards of the testing goes up and down and up and down and up and down. You don't get a results that totally stays at point with Android phones apparently. And the best application of test applications that actually stays at point, still have variations, but at least with a lesser degree of moving all over the picture, is Geekbench 5. So if I wanted to test the mobile phone, I would just go for Geekbench 5. There was one other but yeah, it's still that was free as well. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, just use Geekbench 5. That was my end game, or whatever you want to call it, after testing pretty much everything I could get my hands in. And of course it's not really necessary, and of course you tend to forget everything anyway, and at least for me, also it seems like Facebook have closed down, or Google has closed down the access to Facebook in regards of getting data, because you have the game here can connect to Facebook and get the data in regards to how long you are, so it can restore your account for all the everything you have unlocked and all that. But now apparently I can't do that anymore, and I don't have this play thing for from Google and all that. I pretty much delete everything I can in regards of Google. Of course I don't have Google on the new phone. But anyway, I need to of course try to restore the old phone and just move from there. Okay, is it you also have this thing that I don't like in regards of, I don't get it. You can have all your applications here. This is bullshit. It's just waste of time. On the LG V20, you at least have the possibility of just having all your icons on the screen, which was, working wonderful. So I do understand if I go back to the Android 7 system, I will lose some of the features that was good. That was some good features in the Android 8. But I could probably live without them, as long as the mobile is running wonderful. In regards to security, it doesn't really matter anyway if I'm running Android 8 or Android 7, and in regards to security, I think it's pretty much bullshit anyway. But anyway, but that seems to be the main thing why people wanna be updated, right? Security, So it's still downloading. Going to take some time. That's pretty big. It's interesting that they need to actually be so big to test. For testing application, 250 megabytes and 100 megabytes, and some of the others which shows a lot of graphic things. You can it's just much bigger. It's incredible how much you can actually download for testing and yeah. But yeah. It's the bench. What was it called? The number 5. Geekbench. If you want to test your mobile in regards to speed, go for Geekbench. That was the one that I settled with. Although it does need internet, it doesn't respond in regards of any spyware as far as I. That's one of the things. If there's spyware in it, it's out the door, right? We don't want any spyware, and we don't actually want it to actually be hooked up on the internet either. Which is one of the bad things that Geekbench actually does. But on the other hand, Geekbench just was the winner of it all. In regards of pluses and minuses and all that, Geekbench was just the one that I've after testing multiple applications, I ended up. That's the one. If you want to test. But yeah, spyware in so many applications, and then they update an application, and then all of a sudden there's spyware in it, And of course, you wouldn't notice if you didn't have anything to actually catch them. It's disgusting, Bible study have it caught 4 different contacts, and you detected tracker libraries, Flurry, Google AdMob, Google Crashlytics, and Google Firefox Analytics. I'm not sure why there are multiple times in the it's like 3 times Crashlytics and 2 times Analytics, and then of course AdMob and Flurry. We have Phoenix recorders. That's the newest version of Phoenix recorder. In Android 10, it actually has a feature that is very nice that it doesn't have on Android 8, but which I can't even remember what. Oh yeah, that was in regards of recording sound from internal use and all that. It actually could do that, which is also interesting. If that actually can, if that actually can record internal sound, how come, the phone recorders can't fix something of a way to? I don't know. Maybe it's a difference in regards of running over 2 different. I don't know. Anyway, we have Accordance contacted 1 company, Quick Bible 1 company, Safari 1 company, Skype 1 company. So some of the things you can't really do much about, because like the Finnic F-Droid, Firefox, because you go on the internet and you have all these different web pages that has huge amount of different contacts, and I think as far as I can see, that's the thing that it's what do you call it, that it's responding to. So you get onto a huge amount of trackers on so many levels, and you can't really blame the browser for that. You can blame all the bullshitters making websites. So yeah, I have 2 applications that can check for spyware. The one is Tracker Control and the other one is called Warden. And Warden, you can do a scanning, and it scans every single app, and then it shows you what is in these different applications, and it shows it with a nice graph. If you have root, you can actually go in and try deactivating them and all that. Of course, if the application stops working, well, you need to, but yeah, I do have 2 applications that I did something with that actually stopped them from, but I can't remember what I did, if I used Warden and root to actually fix it, or if I, apparently it does seem to find one in the browser. Anyway, so it goes through all the, applications apparently, and looks for specific things. And what? Yeah, sad. And now, of course, there's still a lot of applications which doesn't have anything. Now, for the gaming application, it seems to have 9. Organic maps, 0. So that's a way. 4 trackers in Safari, Skyfall. And then it gives you a good graph afterwards, like a cake thing, and then it figure out how to. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So we start out with some fireworks. And I'm sure there will be some bang bang as well. I'm still looking for the route for this. Apparently they haven't started moving yet. It doesn't look like it, at least. But I'm still looking for the... they go from this park to the place where the, what's it called, mayor thing and all that. So that's where the ending. I don't know when they will then begin to walk, maybe in 15 minutes or so, I guess, just taking a half hour, and then they will walk. I could take my bicycle and move in there and have a talk with people, but I don't know, man, it's just, again, many of the people that is doesn't really, they don't want to talk about Jesus anyway. Now, of course, there are some that, sometimes you find someone that actually, but overall, sadly, it's people don't want the truth, right? And we can give the fault to our, and of course these are doing evil for sure. But the people have had 500 years to change. Yep. Let's see if we can find it again. Sure. Alright. Oh, we could go and take a look at what is going to go. He's from the university, this woman. Oh. Yeah, so, yeah, okay. Well, I could go in there and look at what is happening, you know. You drink usually a lot of. Well, you have drinking as well. I don't know. It's just. What do you could at least go in there and see. Yeah, that's one. I could do that. I don't know if I could go. Anyway, I guess you never know if you're meeting someone that actually. But usually it's yeah. You know, you come out there and it doesn't really feel right totally. Anyway, so on the new mobile I have 91 apps that has apparently responded to things. As far as I can see, or is that the total apps that there is? Hopefully, well, maybe this is the, I don't know. See, 18 apps, 5. Maybe it's just the total apps that is on the phone, and then 23 trackers that has found a different, you know, things, and then you can go in and you have it like this, like you see a thing like this, and then you can go in and sort it out. What's the what is it now? Oh, wait, I fixed it. There we go. Anyway, did we download Geekbench? I thought Geekbench was, no, maybe I need to search for it. You know, this is one of these nonsense things as well. No, is it not down? Bench? Okay, that's weird. Geekbench. Installing. Oh, still installing, okay. That's interesting. I would have thought it would already be installed. Geekbench installed, installing. Install again, you know, okay, install, yeah, install. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that did it. And we accept these things, and then we just, so you get a page and just shows you in regards to your device and all that, and you just run the benchmark, and then it will run the benchmark. It will take what, 5 or 10 minutes or something, I can't remember, but it takes a little time, and then you can upload if you have in regards to an account. It's a little weird how it actually works in regards to uploading the things, but when you figure it out, it's but they could have made it, you know, easier. So anyway, oh, maybe this is not live. No, it is actually live. Okay, just need to, oh, okay, maybe they're already on the run. No. Oh, they're masked, and this is another problem. Truth doesn't hide behind a mask, so just So you're being led, the whole group is being led by people wearing masks, Just doesn't seem. Anyway, they seem to be ready to go. Yeah, so they probably, I would think. I don't know. I don't know if I should go in there and can take a bike ride, of course, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, keep running test compression 53%. Again, will take some time for it to finish. More masking. Why would you run around in mask? I never understood that in regards to the so-called truth movement, right? Hiding behind mask, Now they are fixing all the signs up for Photoshop or photoshoot, I guess. And then in 6 minutes I would think that they're moving. The problem, they're screaming freedom for Denmark and all that. But then I have to ask, how many of these people did vote? We had people, ordinary people, trying to get in and fix things from the inside. And then you had these, many of these people were just burning their vote, But, you want to demonstrate, but you don't want to, it's just, the Roman Catholics knew or knows how important it is in regards of every single vote. That's why they wanted a lot of Roman Catholics to get into the US, because it didn't matter how rich or poor a Roman Catholic was, because they still have one vote. One vote. Anyway, so you can get Roman Catholics in position instead, over time. Anyway, we have single core score 523 and multi-core score 2222. So we have a multi-score of 2222, and I don't know if I can view online or whatever, view online. I don't know if it actually will connect to my specific account, because it's kind of weird. Oh, I need to sign up or log in to manage your, okay, so log in. Okay, it seems to be, okay, log in. It seems to already have the data, hopefully. Yeah, okay. The result has been added to your account. So you have 5023 single core score and 2222 in multi-core score. Now, if I run this again, it should still be pretty close to this score, but still it's it will flicker a little in some sense. Now it would have been nice if I could just test the LG V20 here, but you need the internet, and so I'll fix the SIM card over to it afterwards, and we'll do the same thing. But as far as I recall, the LG V20 gets around 300 in single core score, and then what, 700 in around 700, and sometimes even less. It depends if it's rooted and all that. There's a lot of factors that plays in, and but around 700, I think is up there of the higher scores, and sometimes less. So around four to five times more in regard to the LGV. Oh, sorry, the Shift 6MQ. Anyway, let's see what they do. Yep, now they're walking. There we go with the bangs. Maybe it's just standard fireworks at the moment, but so they have these in the front, these kind of weird medical doctors in the front, which looks, I have no idea what that is, it looks like something, satanic. But anyway, they walk in the front, and we have the banging and all that, and they are they're disguised, which I still again don't understand. Truth doesn't hide behind the mask. More fireworks. That's a lot of fireworks, at least. And the police is up front. Oh well, anyway. It's just so dark, you go, and all the symbols, it just reminds me, that they love to use symbols, the Satanists, and they love to do controlled opposition. And so I just have to wonder in regards to the symbol that they use, in regards of the overall darkness of it all. It seems, most people in dark, clothes, so. And again, if how can, when we just had the election for the mayor and all that, and it's like, why not? Oh, I think I just cut one off. Anyway, why not use your vote? I guess I myself has burned my election in the past and all that, but you have the people, right, for freedom, and now it's finished for freedom, but they didn't want to help those other people that tried to get in there and try to do something, even if they knew that it might not be able to do much, but at least we could get a direct access line in it's just, I don't know, and people were speaking against anyway. Single core score 520, multi-core score 2178. So as you can, that's pretty much close to the same thing that we got before. The result has been added to your account. You need to go up to the right and say view online, and then have the account and log into your account. But you have single core details and where you are laying in regards to the single core comparison. Of course, this mobile doesn't compare to a lot of the higher ups, but you have the top is 924 single core. Samsung Galaxy S21. Let's see here. Yeah, the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra is still at the top, 3085 on the multi-core comparison. So, and it's still a good amount of. It's still not totally. It's not lagging totally, it's still up there, right? It's not totally bad. But yeah, anyway, we can just run one more, run benchmark test. I also think, if I recall correctly, that actually has more core than the LGV20. So that's also something. And then I'll just let this run and see. Apparently they began to use hearts, which I guess if you go in and look in regards of the heart symbol, where it comes from. But yeah, well, anyway, it's, maybe I'm going into a little too much into oh, that's orange. No, or maybe it's someone else in the, oh, that's another guy in orange. Okay, I've seen him before. At least some colors, instead of black, 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 black. Oh, that's orange, Mr. Orange in the background. I guess he's collecting all the bottles. So, oh, it's nice, just get some resources. You can get a lot of money out of doing things like that, right? And yeah, it's great. Anyway, they're on the roll. Så de er nok, jeg vil tro 2030 skulle de vel være derinde, altså. Det er en lille tur på 5 km, så det skulle jo egentlig ikke tage så lang tid. Det kan også være, at de er før derinde, men nogle gange så stopper de jo lige op og så videre der, så... Men ja. Sådan er det jo. Og igen, maskering, altså jeg forstår slet ikke alt det der maskering lort der, altså. Men det synes jeg er blevet meget populært. Oh, English. Yeah, sorry. It's apparently I don't understand this masking nonsense, but apparently it's become very popular to put mask on. So anyway. %72. But yeah, it's kind of sad that you need to be on the internet to run this. But still, it's the best testing application I've found. Geekbench 5, and it's free. As far as I know, it doesn't have any spyware features. It just needs the internet connection, apparently, just to run. Which again, I think it's bullshit, but okay. I think it should be able to do without the internet, and then just upload the different benchmark test afterwards. But there we go with the peace sign. Well, the peace sign is what? A broken cross, right? And many of these people in the so-called truth movement is part of New Age, New Age nonsense. While they think they are against the Roman world order, they don't know it's the Roman. They just know the New World Order. Well, what is New Age? It's New Age, New World Order, New Age, New Age, a New Age. A new New World Order. Yeah. Well, anyway. So they think they're against the New World Order while actually promoting it. Because they're promoting all this satanic garbage, which is of the devil. So the next one, single core score 523, and multi-core score 2148. And I'll upload this. If you wanna see the result, you can go into geekbench.com and search for Shift 6MQ, and you should be able to find my it has 1 processor and 8 cores. I only think the LGV20 has 4. So anyway, we have a problem in regards to the live stream, or at least with the camera. There we go. Again, that's a problem with the LGV20, that tend to stick when you're live recording. I think it's because it probably has some problems in regards of the CPU, and then it probably just stops it to, do other things or something. I'm not entirely sure, but it is absolutely a problem that it just stops the video. It's not, when you're recording, it does pull its full energy to recording, so that's not a, but there's something clearly wrong when you just, upstreaming, or what do you call it, uploading and using one of these applications, because I don't know in regards to the main application, but the main application is closed down automatically. So that's the problem with the main application. That it just have one of these bullshit nonsense things of just closing automatically. Well, the primary reason, if I was there in regards to the Men in Black, it was more in regards of, seeing what is going on directly. Of course, I'm against vaccinations and all that, but I'm not in regards of, again, controlled opposition is nothing new. These many years we have seen controlled opposition, yeah. But yeah, it's. And again, many of these people are into the new age and into a lot of bullshit, sadly. And there are people, absolutely people that gets collected up in these groups that actually just seeks the truth, So you can absolutely find people sometimes, although it's not always that often, but it might be long from the. But you can find people that actually go down and go home and research, So. We can see the front here, although the camera is just all over it's just really, it's really hard to see anything when it's moving like this, because they're walking, and I guess the mobile doesn't have any camera. It doesn't look so good, in regards of movement. It's flying all over pretty much. And there we go with the drums and MIP and black clothing and yeah, anyway. And more masking. Usually you also see some Guy Fawkes mask, which have, what do you call it, connection to Satanism and the Roman Catholic Jesuits wanting to blow up the English Parliament so they could take over and make England go in the direction of Roman Catholicism again. So I don't understand the masking, and I don't understand the background of the mask in total. Why would you ever use a mask like that, And that was in regards to, the truth movement was pretty much taken over in the past by this nonsense, and I'm like, what? This, truth doesn't hide behind a mask, and then they begin to, yeah, anyway. Okay, another score, single core score 518, and multi-core score 2113. Now, of course, this mobile is my Frankenstein mobile in regards of the LG V20, so I don't know in regards of the scores compared to my newer phone here, but anyway, it should be hopefully somewhat of a. It's not rooted, so it should give me some okay results. That would fit real life and all that. But anyway, let's close it down, power off here, and then we take it off here. Now that's sad that there's not more light. There we go. I'll just take it out, just push it, and it will shoot out. Which again, the micro card doesn't do that. Which again, I don't know if it's a mistake or if it's just how it is. I guess it's just probably how it is. That's weird that two of them would shoot out, right, and not the third one. There we go. We have the SIM card in. Would be nice if I actually had maybe it's on the other. Do we have like, where's my it's hard to see anything. Oops. Where do we have? There we go. Let's just try to fix some memory card into the, you know, when you get the new mobile here, right, and you put the memory card in, you set it in, right? So now it's the memory card is now in the mobile, but it doesn't, you know, you don't push it like the other cards. You need to see if you can get it by the nail and get it out, and that it depends on how stuck it is, the card. This is not that big of a problem, but I've had other times where it's, you know, where the card is just really stuck in there and it's hard to get it out. I guess it depends on how tall it is, you know, in the, but anyway, let's see here. Let's get this working and turned on and try Geekbench with the LG V20. Now, I guess it doesn't really, you know, it is as it is, you know, it is as it is, you know, you can't really change how it is. But yeah, there's positive things and there's negative things for sure. And as you can see, the LG V20 now is in problems again with the video. I haven't had that problem on the Shift 6MQ. But it should also have more than enough power to really do these things. But it's like, if I need to have two mobiles to do everything I want, that's kind of bullshit, you know. You know, use one mobile for one thing and then use the other mobile for other, you know. It's just, that's not kind of the way it should be, right? You have to have everything, you know, sorted out so you can use it as a daily driver. And yeah, anyway, let's see if we have the Geekbench application. We do have it. Let's just let it you know, open up, or whatever you want to call it. Just have it running, you know. It can be doing some background things in the beginning, so let's just let it give it a couple of minutes and then we'll run it. So, in regards to the 6MQ, you know, that it took me a long time to set up and all that, I will need to get the applications I have on this one over to the other one and begin to use the LG V20 as my daily driver again. Even with all its issues, it's just still the best mobile, even if it's only worth 1 star out of 10, you know. So, yeah. And you know, one really should take on what do you call it? Yeah, colorful thing instead of all this black, you know, sad thing. You know, that I really never understood that either in the past. Why is people always walking in these you know, colors that are just so, you know, it's just sucking the life out of people, you know, looking at all these black colors, you know. Why are we walking around in blackness, you know, in colors that just seems to take every kind of life out of things, you know. It's just, we have some someone recording, walking around. I should make some more coffee. See, what is this nonsense? I think this is what is he promoting of nonsense this time? What message tap to update phone settings? See here. So it actually sends me WAP settings in regards of in regards of setting internet like a mobile Denmark and all that. Yeah, it's interesting it didn't send it to the new phone. It's kind of okay. It's sending me this time and that time and all that setting message. Also in regards of messages apparently. I don't know. Anyway, it's just interesting it wouldn't send it to the new phone, and then you need to do things manual as well and all that. That's another. I just kind of, it's just nonsense. Why haven't they fixed it? Like, you can do it with Labara. You don't have to set anything up. It just works. When you put the SIM card in. Why is this nonsense not? Why is there problems in regards to that? I don't get it. So I'd rather have one more in regards of Labara compared to. Of course, when you have multiple things, you need to do things like differently. Apparently, they don't have the same way of doing things, right? Let's not have a standard. Let's do it one way, and then others can do it another way. We have some smoking going on. So they apparently use smoking things. Yeah, more smoke. Still walking. I guess if you could actually take your what do you call rollerblades on and actually take them on a roll through Copenhagen. Might not be the fastest thing and all that. Who cares, Although these rollerblades I have, you kind of easily fall on them apparently compared to. Well, I guess I'm also getting fat and older and harder to move. Well, wow, this guy in regards to the camera is just shaking all over. It's not really good, in regards of. But hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, it's shaking all over. It's like. Oh yeah, I thought they would have made things better for shaking in regards of cameras. Anyway, it's still, running its thing here. Geekbench running Gaussian bluer 27%. Yeah, so we do expect a much lower result. I think around 4 times probably would not be a bad, around 4 times the Shift MQ is faster than the LTV20 in regards of its testing speed and all that. And it's not a surprise, the graphic as well. You have some graphic settings that is in the new things that is not in the old, which also is of course problematic for running newer games if they use new technology and all that, and doesn't have the the new ability when you were running other benchmark 3D benchmark. Some of them you couldn't run with the LTV20 because of new technologies and all that. So while the Shift 6MQ could run them, but not the LTV20. So you couldn't really use those for benchmarking the old mobile and new mobile because the old mobile couldn't run it. So clearly there are some problems there as well. I guess they are taking a stop now. It seems. I'm still throwing a while. Oh no, it's throwing around bang bangs, And they're standing in the middle of the street. In the middle of this place, and But it is, you know, it's just kind of interesting to see people that protest and then are not wanting to give their vote for people that actually wanted to do something and stop it. You know, it's like, you know, because this is the, you know, in regards of the election, either corrupt or not, at least it is the way that it's a peaceful way of trying to change things, right? In regards of getting someone in that is against it. And then when people say no, you know, then what, you know? Ah, walking again. So the people that, you know, they had a, you know, they had this free thing where everybody could join up if they wanted, but you know, and then people just, you know, didn't want to vote for them, and people are, you know, telling people not to vote. It's like here you have people from inside the group of people trying to stand against this, and then they just get the knife in the back. Then people just, you know, put their knife in the back on these guys. So yeah, sad. We can see the group coming and the bottom and the front, I guess. I guess that's a pretty good screen right there where you can see the people and they're coming around. And then we have one of these masks again, you know, I don't know. Masked people. Oh well, I guess they will soon be in there. I would say 2030 or a little earlier, but we'll see. It's nearly 20:00, 5 minutes for 20, so. Oh well. Okay, I'm still not done with the Geekbench, so again, it can take some time with these Geekbench things. I guess I didn't really try the machine learning thing in regards to the other phone, but I guess you all. I think I have. Yeah, I think I have tried it as well. You know, beforehand, and I didn't really understand it totally. But the other benchmark do something of the same. Run interference. Yeah, it needs to in active connection. Okay, so here we have the first score of the LG V20. You get a single core score of 265, which is much lower, of course, than the Shift phone, Shift 6MQ. And then you have 579 in multi-core score. Now, sometimes you can get up on 700. So yeah, that's 579. And if we take the same score we had from the first one, we have 2222. I can remember that, right? Divided by 579, we get to 3.83. So that's a little less than 4 times the speed in regards to the of the other one. Let's just view online. So a little less than 4. So I guess 4 to 6 might be a little too high in regards to my. You know, it's hard to remember, but okay, a little less than 4 times the speed. Now again, this will still vary in regards of the. Oh, I need to sign up. Apparently, I'll log in. I'll see if it wanna. Okay. It has remembered the thing, so that's great. Okay. And okay, so let's try to run it again. Now this is my, what do you call it? It's not rooted, but it is my Frankenstein mobile, where it consists of pretty much 3 different parts of, you know, the body consists of a one version of the LG V20, the F800K I think it's called, or something like that. And the motherboard is a 990N version, and the system is from a DS version. So it's kind of like a Frankenstein mobile, this, that I've collected from different things. And of course, if I just installed the N version, I at least would be closer in regards of the motherboard in regards to the N version. Again, I don't know how much difference there actually is in regards of that would actually be interesting, because the DS version, I've seen stats that the DS version actually has a double speed on the 4G compared to the N version. And that might just be a software thing, and I know in regards of rooting it, the DS version I'm using now actually fixed something from one version to the other version. So yeah, whatever, I don't know. But of course there could be things that maybe would be worse, but yeah, whatever. Doesn't seem to have much issues. Yeah, thinking. Okay, let's get some more coffee. I'll be right back. Now, we're talking mobiles, 4 times the speed from the LG V20, of course, is a huge amount, that will help the mobile on things. And that's just how it is. But again, the LG V20 is like 5 years old, so I do wonder in regards to this Android 7, if I actually go back to Android 7, if it actually becomes, better than running on Android 8 in regards of speed. Because I remember my LG V20, was so quick that I thought, I'll never get in, how am I ever going to get any issues in regards to the speed of this phone? Because it's much more quick and has so much extra resources that I'm never going to use all those resources in it. But then again, you have updates for newer applications, which apparently in regards of other Android versions, it makes, it can make issues and then make everything slow, and you have one application after another and this and that, right? So it's oh well. Running image compression. So, still running the Geek benchmark thing, and it's still ongoing. It'll take some time, yeah. I do wonder in regards to the batteries, what, the two mobiles would compare in regards of battery standby. The LG V20 has this small screen it uses when it goes on standby, whereas the 6MQ have the big screen lit on. I do wonder how much difference there is in regards to that, but anyway. Running camera, blah 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 blah, yeah. Yeah. Exit evolution. Ah, desk. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, I guess we have some Danish sources, at least in regards to the truth. But people are not that interested in it. We have more mask, you know. Well, I guess we're in the front at the moment. I would think around 28 minutes then they would be at. You know, I still don't understand this stock concept of and the front. It just seems dark, you know, evil. I just don't get it. And still, it's interesting that they could actually get in the media, whereas Klonker, which was the first demonstrations that began, didn't get anything. And then Men in Black pretty much took over, you know. A lot of people that was in Klonker ended up being part in Men in Black. Something that seemed, you know, much more peaceful, you know, fixing up with, yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, controlled opposition maybe? I don't know. Wouldn't be a surprise. I guess in regards of still attacking people. Oh, there's some live. Well, why does they? Let's see. Oh, okay, it changed. Okay. Well, at least they're absolutely seen, and people are absolutely looking. So you know, it's better than nothing in regards of. I guess. I'm like, you know, I don't know. It's just sad that people wouldn't support those people that actually try to get into from the inside and against the lockdown. Our single core score 265. Calculator. Single score core. Okay, let's see here. Calculator. Let's see here. And the 265 divided by. No, that's single score core 265. And I guess, you know, again, we only have 4 cores compared to the shift, which has 8. Multi-core score is 485. So let's take the 2222 divided by 485. Then we actually get to 4.5, nearly 4.6 times the speed on the multi-core score on the shift. So around 4, where a little above, a little below, depends in regards to the scores we get with the LG V20. And the LG V20 is much more, flowing up and down. And the best scores I think is around 700, which I actually think I will get with this one. Of course, now we are, we are on the, we're on the video, so that we probably won't get a great score. We can try. I can try. But I don't think it will be a great score because it's recording. It's already using a lot of resources. So don't take this as anything else. Well, let's just try to run it and see what we get. At least it won't upload so much if I'm not running the any video or anything like that. So, but this is the application, and again, don't expect any huge results, and don't expect that these results are correct, totally correct, because it will be slower than it usually would be. So because it's uploading and it's using its processor. But yeah, so around 4 times the speed, at least on multiple kernels. Around 4 times. And yeah, so on that level the shift phone absolutely wins, absolutely, in that regard. Well, of course it's also 5 years newer, right? I think they could, I don't know why they wouldn't just have made an Android 8 version for the mobile for people to use. At least you could record calls from the, if you wanted that feature. And yeah, and of course then you could have used both cameras. That's the thing on the shift phone. You have 2 rear cameras or back cameras, and only one is working. And why is that? Well, because of the drivers. The drivers are, one of the cameras didn't make they didn't make drivers for the Android 10, because the camera apparently was already obsolete, So they didn't make drivers for Android 10, so only one camera works on the back camera. Now, I don't really, 2 cameras or 1 camera, but still, it's kind of sucky, Hey, we have 2 back cameras, and I don't know which camera actually works and which doesn't work, if it's the high resolution that does, or if it's the lower resolution, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of another bad point on the Shift 6MQ. So, but yeah, I do wonder if I go back to Android 7, if I actually get a system that is just running much more smoothly. Most applications still seems to be able to run on Android 7, so, and usually in regard to the updates and all that doesn't really, it's not necessary anyway. Okay, they have stopped up again, and now it's 2012, so they're standing and just showing in regards of, yeah, it's some victory sign, which also could actually have, yeah, well, anyway. Standing with mask and in black. I don't think it's sending the, like, yeah, it's I'm still waiting for it to be done. It's incredible how much bullshit that, on YouTube, for example, if you can go on YouTube, they try to get you into looking at all the mainstream bullshit. It's incredible. It's become so mainstream. Oh yeah, let's see what they closed down. Apparently from Sunday, as I understand it, close everything down. They will destroy a lot of things again. All this nonsense, there's just, one stupid thing after another. Yeah, let's just say that you cannot go in buses and trains and whatever and all that, and if you don't have a interesting. So you need to have, you have to have the Corona passport if you are, in the state thing. So what about the people coming? Yeah, and all these things you might have been able to stop it if people would have voted, or opened their eyes. Anyway, I guess, the only thing that really, Jesus, so Jesus is the only way, It'll take some time still to run these Geekbench on the LG V20 for sure compared to the Shift. Anyway, the Shift phone also has some ghosting. The second screen that I used for a longer period of time in regards of a good amount of months before it broke, actually ended up with screen ghosting issues. This is nonsense. How can they make screen with ghosting in them? What? This like, designed absolution. Don't tell me they don't know about the ghosting, and don't tell me they can't make a product without any ghosting. You gotta be kidding me. But yeah, apparently that's a thing again. Apparently ghosting on. I see. Yeah. Oh, we have another score, 255 and 500 in single score, and 504 in multi-core score on my Frankenstein LG V20. So pull on. Anyway, so yeah, we can just go on the internet view online here. But yeah, again, not the best score for sure. I don't know if you couldn't. It would have been nice if you could actually added some information to the thing. Do I want to run the thing once more? Yeah, let's just take it one single time on the Frankenstein mobile. I don't think I will get any better results, but I have, on the other phone, the new phone, I have been up on 700. So that's not bad. But yeah, 700 seems to be on the, on the bigger level in some sense. So if you take the 2222 and divide it by 700, you get 3.17. So again, around 4 times the speed of the old mobile is the Shift 6 MQ. So again, if you want to play games and all that, which you can't play on the LG V20, you can play, but should still be able to do a good amount. It was still a flagship 5 years ago, so yeah, the Shift phone, when it goes into the turn off the screen and all that, it still shows, at least on mine here, it still shows the clock. So the screen is still turned on, although a lot of it is black, so maybe that helps it not use too much power. It also shows how much battery there is on it, and it also shows how much it actually is using with the application I have. It says minus 211 milliamps, but then again, you would need to make the calculations of how long and all that, in regards to the battery and all that. Milliamps and milliamps hours and so forward. Interesting. I remember we making a lot of these calculations in math, and it's just all forgotten. And I sadly deleted all my reports and all that on it. Sadly, that was a lot of work down the drain. My reports. Okay, let's see what we get. Android 8, yes. Yeah, 158 single score and multi-score 368. Now again, we can't take this as so I'm not going to upload it because it's recording, so it's not fair for the mobile. It's really unfair, uploading and all that. That's not going to, yeah. So yeah, we'll have one more on the Frankenstein mobile. The problem is when you actually root the LG V20, it seems to get a huge knock in regards to the speed. And I recall reading about something that there's an application behind the whole thing. So when you unroot it, this application begins to just search different places. It's not doing anything, then just searching in the background. It just begins to, and thereby you lower the speed because there's some kind of nonsense running in the background, which just runs without any, it's not used for anything. It's just using resources in the background of things, and ruining the speed for the user. So you get a mobile that is less the speed of it is less. Oh yeah, that was actually nice. Okay, I was thinking myself in regards to that, and actually this guy actually have this cape thing and all that. That's how you actually would do it. I was thinking, how is it you can actually, that's very, I just need to fix that together at that point, and then it should be possible. And that's in regards to France. You have Jesuit mask again, so you see the same thing, and the question is if they want to use this movement for maybe I have this cape, but apparently I didn't really think. I was thinking, how do you do that? I'm not sure if I can do that with the cape I have. Let's see if I can find it. Now, of course, I made a different thing with the cape, but the thing is, can it actually be used as a cape like that? So the whole thing is, I'm not sure if it's big enough to do it. Let's see. Okay, so check this, right? Yeah, it's, well, I guess it can be done, but it's should be a little, well, it can be done, I guess. If you like 2 holes in it, in the piece and just, well, I guess actually if you just connect it here, yeah, then you actually, yeah, you could, yeah, you have this connection here. Oh, and that worked pretty good. I guess I have to try it out. If you had one of these biggie, yeah, it would be pretty good cape, I guess. Anyway, we'll see. Now, for now, I've just made a hole so I can actually take it on the outer coating. So, and yeah, anyway, it works as it works. Yeah, it seems like his coat must be a little longer in width, you know, for doing what he's doing. But I can see, you know, if you just make a little longer thing and connect the two pieces, it should be, you know, it should be possible. You can just, yeah. Is this live streaming or has it stopped? I think it has stopped. How about the other one? Is that live streaming? No, this is not it. Alright guys, France. I guess I lost the link for let's see if we can find it again. Watch. Nope, that's the France thing or whatever. Looks like it's France at least. Have some. Oh well, maybe I actually have the link. Oh no, that's probably to the link for the. Oh yeah, I went from 2 links to have none, right? You know. Let's try to open that and see if it's closed the link. Oh, it's still live. Okay, great. So we can close the other ones. Wait, is it 25? Okay. Okay. Well, they're still walking, so I would think around 4 minutes they would probably be there, but we'll see if that's, you know, if that's true. They should be getting close, I would think. And then there will be some speeches and all that. Okay, the Frankenstein mobile has just 181, 508. So 181 in single score and 508 in multi-score. View online. So, and again, I guess it also depends in regards of what apps is actually running in the background of the mobile. But yeah. So yeah. So on the speed and all that of the LG Shift 6MQ absolutely ruins the LG V20. I also have ghosting on the old Frankenstein mobile here. I got this other LG phone, which was a used LG phone. I didn't really think I would actually get it, but yeah, pretty much ghosting on the screen. But hey, you know, I could put the old motherboard over in it. And well, I guess I should have known that from the beginning. Then I could have saved my, I could just have taken the old motherboard, put it over in the new motherboard, and I would pretty much have been rolling, I think. You know, not needing to move things and all that. But of course it is bullshit that we need to do all these nonsense things to just yeah, it's just bullshit. Wasting our time on so much nonsense these days. And let's shut it down and get it over here. Well, still pretty easy to open both mobiles in regards to the silicone cover, whatever it's called. And of course it gives protection to the mobile as well. There we go, we have the SIM card in it. Put that on and just flip it up, and there we go. So, and that was in regards to the SIM card, just putting that in, taking the battery out, because you need to take the battery out for taking these. This is another design fault, I think, from on so many levels, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. So the Frankenstein mobile I have will be my that will be my future. What do you call it? You know, if something breaks on the new phone, I can, take something from it, or I can go over to that if anything happens to the other phone, and just fix the information over to it or something like that. Or try different things. I don't know. But at least same thing, pretty much. So you will have many of the same issues on both phones. You won't need to go to one phone and then you have issues of that kind, then go to the other phone and have other issues. Pretty much be the same issues all around. So okay, I do wonder if I can actually see how much battery. That's the application. Yeah, okay, it's in the drawer. Yeah. What was nerd something? I can bench something. Bench. Geek bench. There we go. This should be pretty much started up, and let's run benchmark. Let's see. So yeah, what can you can't really do much in regards to the speed. It would have been nice if LG would just have upgraded the LG V20 with a faster processor. It didn't really need to have much more than just an upgrade. Maybe in regards to the cameras, an upgrade on the camera level, the CPU, maybe a little more RAM and so forward. But overall, oh yeah, and internal memory also boosted. But besides that, they really didn't need to that would, yeah, I would think they would be close to the objective, but maybe it will take some time more. Geekbench 5 running structure from motion. Yeah, it is annoying that you need to be connected to the internet to make a benchmark. It's just nonsense. You shouldn't be needing to be on the internet to do that. Anyway, I have my LG V20 cradle. I bought a new cradle some time ago, although it was more expensive than it was in the past. You could pretty much in the past get two for that price, but anyway, got a new one. It's just nice to have a cradle that actually works. It's not like that the others was not able, but they had problems in regards of charging. Needed to take the battery out and in again sometimes, to get it actually, and sometimes multiple times for it to actually charge. I don't know if in regards of the connectors or whatnot, or if it's just because it's made to break, after some time in regards of the things. I don't know. But it absolutely did take more to actually make it work. The new one doesn't have that problem, so again, it might be in regards of connectors. I don't know. Whatever the case, I bought a new one. Just one. I had two beforehand. Still have the motherboards from the two old ones. And of course now I found out in regards to the other kind of charger, which is actually smaller, which also seem to be able to charge LG V20. Well, it can charge the LG V20, and it's smaller, and it's the problem with it is that it doesn't know, it only charges around 90%, and the other problem is that it would be a little harder to actually have it in your bag and move and on the move, because it could easily get out of the charger. This would be a thing where you would use it as like in a hostel or something like that, where things doesn't move. If you're out on traveling and all that, I do wonder if it actually would stay. Yeah, well, it does seem to be pretty solid here, but yeah, okay. But yeah, I would have my anyway, the shift clicked in 523 in single core score, and 2255 multi score. So I'll just upload that to the Geekbench thing and all that. So yeah, clearly on these results, it's yeah, it's better on those levels. But of course, that's only those levels, right? So yeah, around 4 times as quick as the LG V20, at least in multi-core. The problem, of course, is when it gets to 10%, then it stops the multi-core thing and goes down to, it seems like, nearly one single. It just stops it stops the, what do you call it? It stops the whole speed of the mobile, so it becomes a lot slower. So, but it's hard to actually take a benchmark test when it's under 10%, because it tends to die if you do it before you actually can get the results in. So I think I have one kind of results when it's below 10%, because every single time I did it, it would just close down before it was finished, and thereby you can't really but what I could see in regards to those results, or that result I got, is that I can't remember if I got more than one, but what you could see is that it closes down the multi-core, and you can of course also feel it if you, for example, play the racing game. You can feel the huge difference when it gets to 10%. So you can just feel from one instant to another instant that it's slow. And if you're also charging a battery that is below 10%, it still doesn't, which is also interesting, because if you actually have the wire in the phone, you would think that the system would accept full speed, right? But nope. So that's another thing. You would need to make it charge to 10% before you could really use it for and have an enjoyable gaming experience. So yeah, that's just how it is. This is one of these other things where it's automatical nonsense. Another thing that I have a problem with in regards to the Shift 6MQ is in regards to when you record. It will tell you that you're now going to record every detail that is on the screen, and yeah, on the LG V20 you can actually turn that off, but every time in regards to the Shift 6MQ you need to have that in your face. And as far as I recall, the LG V20 actually has, where you can say, don't show me that. But apparently they seem to have taken that away. That option is not there. I don't know if it's some Google nonsense again or whatever, but it's kind of bullshit. You should be able to just say, I don't want this. Just the first time. It should be pretty obvious if you record it. Like how I don't know how stupid people are these days, but it just kind of it kind of says itself. If you're going to record your screen, that things on your mobile gets out to the public, right? That it gets out on the internet or whatever. If you're live streaming, it's like, you should be able to really, to understand that aspect of recording. I you know um, I don't know. It just seems kind of not needed, as far as I can see, to tell people that your things. But yeah, okay. But that's the way. But at least on the LTV20, as far as I recall, you can actually turn it off, so it doesn't show it again. But and that of course should also be an option on the Shift phone, but it's not. Oh well. I guess I'm just talking to myself really. Having some coffee, and I guess the shops are still open, so I could actually go and buy some meat. It's it's insanity everywhere. Promotion of pagan nonsense, and yeah, well, on the Gap platform that I'm on, there's absolutely a lot of hatred against Jews, and seems to be something that is that I can learn from one of these know nothings. That would be me, right? Being a know nothing, right? One of these know nothings, Yeah, well, anyway, whatever they want to call it. But yeah, Roman Catholicism is really a system of the devil. So the only thing, you can get into the Roman Catholics and you can try to tell them the truth, right? And then they hopefully can react on it. But yeah. Okay, let's see here. Oh, oops. Pushed something wrong, apparently, on the screen. Well, they're still out walking, apparently. So yeah, also what I, kind of, the elongated feature of the Shift phone, going back to my old phone, using that again, the LG V20, and then coming over to the LG V20, also the Shift 6MQ again. It's just, this elongated thing, just it feels, of course, it's not so, it's slimmer and when you hold it like this, but it still feels like it's just way too long. Of course, if you upload, it has a different resolution than what standard screen size and all that. So that actually has some issues on that level. So I kind of, I kind of better like the old way of it, where it's more like in a screen size, which is already pretty much elongated, but at least it keeps to a screen standard when you're seeing 720 movies or whatever. It pretty much keeps to that. So I don't know. This is something that a lot of mobiles have gone with, which I don't know if every kind of mobile have gone into that mode. I guess maybe they have. Maybe you can't get the old standard screen anymore. I don't know. So I don't know, but haven't looked into that. I know the PinePhone Pro does seem to actually run in an old mode and the right resolution, but we'll see. We'll see in regards of the PinePhone. The PinePhone is. The PinePhone is. Yeah, it's a Linux mobile. It does look interesting. Sadly, I think it will have its own many issues. But it will have root out of the box. So. But then of course you have so many different. Which I guess is also not a bad thing. You do have many different Linux systems made for the mobile. Which it's not a bad thing, because then you can choose, instead of just being locked into one thing, you can you know, if they further improve these things, you would be able to just choose directly what you felt like was good, you know, and that would be, of course, amazing. So yeah, let's see, search. Nope. Let's try that. No. Kind of. Well, that's what happens when you. Actually, you can play this game on a standard screen as well instead of this elongated screen. I do wonder what how much difference there actually is in regards of what you can view on the screen and all that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Shouldn't be playing any games anyway. But yeah, for testing purposes, it has also been a pretty nice thing to see the difference between the two mobiles. In regards of the speed, you can see one absolutely can't handle the game much, but let's try to. Okay. Okay, apparently I just joined up with them. Okay. Okay, apparently it's not that long since the teaming game part thing apparently stopped, and they apparently won the season, which that's I would have expected that. So I do wonder if I actually, at least I can get one of these packs of winning and all that. But I guess they just probably have closed down the winning thing. I was kicked out. Apparently I could just join again without any problems. That's interesting. But I ended, the mobile. Sad that. But anyway, they won. They got through. So at least there's one big booster pack. Whatever. It's you can waste so much time on games. But yeah, again, when you listen to a book or something like that, you can pretty much. I got some V20. Well, anyway. Touch to receive rank reward next. Okay, I got one more. So I actually do get the rewards. I was part of the thing. I didn't really expect to actually get anything because I got kicked out. I couldn't play. And got kicked out apparently, which is fair enough because when you're not really, when I couldn't do anything, then that's fair enough. But apparently, I didn't really get the other winning single player thing. That's apparently over, but apparently got this one. So, well, oh my, it actually have remembered my last. Okay, so apparently it remembered my last part of playing, and that's interesting. I would have thought it would have cast that over. Like the single player, it usually just drops it, if you haven't been part of, the single player and haven't taken the prizes when it's done, then they usually just throw it away. But apparently that was from last. Let's see here. So apparently that was from last one, and now I'm actually getting. Uh-oh, what did I just do? In regards to, and so that was from the last season, and the now running season. They're nearly up on on the last bit as well, and they are in first place and all that. So you know, kind of getting all the prizes from that as well. Which is, you know, I haven't really done much, so that's kind of. But hey, at least I can help on the last bit of it. I would have thought they would actually have needed to accept my joining up and all that. So. Mm-hmm. Oh, sheesh. So, in any case, that's interesting. So I'm, you know, clearly getting a lot of prizes here. That's, you know, which can lead to a boost in regard to upgrading the cars and all that. It's kind of bullshit, all of it, you know. But it's interesting that I actually got the prizes, that the game actually remembered that I was actually part of the tournament, the team tournament, and then getting kicked, you know, because I couldn't play, and then still actually remembering while, you know, I've been being kicked out of the the team, which I think is fair enough. They, you know, if I, you know, that's the whole, you know, if you don't do what you need to do in regards to the team, you know, they of course kick you out. That's fair enough. If you're not active, then you know, you're not, you know, fixing to the team's points, the club points, you know, and sadly I couldn't just tell them that that I had problems and they should kick me out, but you know. Anyway, they still won first place, and they also got the bonus thing. So they got 2 of the big boosters packs, which is the maximum anyway. So that's nice. But the game doesn't remember my live league thing, so I haven't gotten anything from that. But interesting that they would give me from the team, you know. Yeah, so you need to be there when they end, you know, in the season. And as far as I recall, I was up on the top in regards of the maximum I really should get to get the you know, the things and the resources and all that. So I missed those, but interesting, I got it from the team. So anyway, doesn't matter. I shouldn't be playing this game anyway. But yeah, okay. Whatever. It's interesting. So getting close to actually. Yeah, this you know, the screen size of it, you know, that's feeling it again, you know, it's just like, you know, this elongated thing. It just feels kind of unnatural. But I guess this is something that many new phones does or do in regards of elongated, which kind of, yeah, it just doesn't really. Oh well, let's upgrade some of the things, I guess. Now that we have some resources to upgrade some cars. That's going to be quick to use all those resources anyway. You know, the further you get up in the line, the more it begins to cost, right? You know, typically. There we go. So that's pretty good. And maybe some nitro as well, you know, for the car here. And then we're getting low on resources, but you know, it gets a boost for sure in regards of things. It's interesting. They're going to take some time before I get that one up. Well, anyway, not going to really. Well, you know, you know, I can still play the game on the old phone, but it's much more laggy and it's much less enjoyable. So we actually also have the ability to also upgrade this one on different levels. Although it's probably not needed with, well, maybe it actually is the, nope. It's actually, that shouldn't really be, so I guess let's just upgrade this one car a little more. I don't know, handling, we can give, I guess we can give handling 2. Go. Oh no, I got 3. Okay, well, it's not the... so I don't know, more nitro, no, max speed, acceleration, I don't know what really should be the primary here thing, but acceleration is good, it seems, because we can always use some more speed, but that's kind of expensive, you know. Let's just take. And not enough parts. Okay, so let's give it some acceleration as well. So max speed and acceleration, and I'm done for the resources. Great. That should get a boost on the best car on that tire, you know, or whatever we want to. Whatever. I'm getting into bullshit. Just, you know, they're logging everything down, right? You know. So yeah, I should get on starting fixing all the applications on the new phone and moving them over to the old phone, and my music as well, and yeah, fixing that up, and then sending it back. Getting some resources back, maybe, and then, well, should get some resources back, although it's not really. Of course, it will be some kind of, you know, we'll see, and yeah. Oh, that was a lot of wasted time for sure. There's a lot of applications here on the mobile that really is on this, that I already have on this one. After trying to salvage things. How did I? Yeah, where did I actually get that from? I can't remember. Where did I actually find that upgrade from? Oh yeah, that's true. I looked into the motherboard, that's true. Oh, my memory, that's wait, you know. Oh my. But yeah, very nice. You know, this game has so many issues overall. But it's, you know, it's pretty much free, but I guess they're stealing your data as well. You know, at least there's a lot of spyware in the game itself. So, but it is actually free if you you know, you can of course pay and all that, but overall it's free to play. You can play it for free without putting money in it, and so I haven't paid anything for it, besides maybe them stealing my data or information, who knows, in regards to the spyware. So on that level, I guess it's not. It's not. It's, you know, even with all its faults and all its issues and bugs and all that, it's, you know, it's fair enough. So let's see here. Well, we're still. Let's see if it actually. Yeah. You have this break time guide, which is also is bullshit, and yeah, it's just sad to see that I don't get the get the things from the league, the live league, because you need to, after the live league is done, you just don't get the bonuses and all that. You need to collect them, and you only have a specific time for collection. So while they're doing this thing that you can only play the game for so and so long to get money for buying things and all that, they want you to come back every single day. So it's just, instead of just playing, maybe for a day that you want a break and you just want to play a couple of hours or whatever. Let's say you have some free time, right? Then they block you from getting resources. But then they do, so you actually need to get back every single day. So this is one of these bullshit moves that you see in many games that is just outrageous. Okay, they're still out walking in regards to this, walking for the children's sake, which is wonderful in regards to. What I'm just afraid of is if it's in regards of controlled opposition. That's what I'm kind of. But they're still walking. Now it's 21:00. Well, if it's only 5 kilometers that they're walking, then they have been 1.5 hours. Yeah, it must be longer than 5 kilometers. I don't know. But anyway, I haven't seen the route. I just heard that it was 5 kilometers. Maybe it's longer. So, but they haven't. So, of course, when they come to the place, they will have some speeches as well. So, but that's interesting. They haven't even reached the goal yet, I can see where they, at least I know the place, so I guess they actually, I'm not entirely yeah, they're getting closer. I saw you drive that way, yeah, shouldn't, they're getting closer to it, to that destination. So this is down here with the SDA, and this is the Catholic, I think it's a Catholic church, and then when you go further down, you get to the spot. I think, no, is that? No, that actually is, no, it's just, yeah, just not long, actually. So they don't have that long for coming. So, very interesting. Anyway, let's see here what we have in regards of the team thing. So, the next season in regards, it must have been taken a long time for getting my new screen, and of course there was a lot of issues in regards of getting the screen, and then I needed to pay for the screen to get a new screen, and of course it takes a little time to send it and all that, so yeah. But there's only 3 days and 10 hours for the next closure, and they are on rank 1, and they are getting close to the last mission phase reward, which have another one of these big boosters. So I actually got 2 big boosters on the team play for the last season, and might get it as well for this season. The live league, you don't really get any boosters, at least not where I'm going at. I'm not sure if you can actually, if you are in the first place, which will never happen, but I would have gotten like 50,000 in regards to the resources, and I would have gotten some of these things to upgrade the car, and I don't know which car they actually had in regards to the season in rewards, but usually if you just get to the 100 rank thing, you get up to the place where it's feasible to get to the next 2 levels. Is just, that's the first rank, and the second rank is just not going to be feasible for to do that. So but anyway, so you have 2 different things that you can collect, and if I recall correctly, I had both of them. Settled pretty much on where I wanted to be to get the. But then again, of course, if you don't collect, apparently, that's too bad, you know. So that's just how it is. We got some coins from, so we can use the coins for these different ways of getting. Let's try one more. We have one more. There we go. Have these different kinds of, what do you call it, coins, whatever systems, and yeah, it's kind of. Anyway, I guess it makes it longer for you to actually upgrade things and things to do and all that. So yeah, it's okay. But yeah, it's interesting that that it would remember the team winnings and not the single level thing. And it seems they might actually have been running one more, maybe. I can't remember. I think it was close to the end, and then have run one more, and then started on another one. It seems. So, but it's just interesting, right? When you win a prize, you should just be given it, right? Instead of needing to, or at least it should have been set up so you actually can collect it at any time. But yeah, lots of weird things in regards to that, in regards to the game. Yeah. Oh well, I guess they have made it as addicting as possible. Oh, here we upgrade parts, getting close to finish that. Upgrade vehicle, that's a long, that's a good amount of things for that. But then you can get some bonus things when you complete those things. Complete classic mission, that's still a long way for that. Complete casual, I have no idea with that. Still haven't gotten one single one in regards to play casual, so maybe it's broke. Probably, I don't know. Scramble victory also still is a lot from the. Well, but it's getting closer, but yeah, that would still be taking a long time. But upgrade parts seems to actually not that many upgrade parts, you. Of course, it depends in regards of, if you're upgrading the bigger cars with the, then it costs more. And if you upgrade in the beginning, it's not that much. So it becomes more and more expensive as you go in regards of upgrading. But yeah, there's still some things that I could upgrade that is not that expensive. So anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just like when they're closing the whole country down, it's just, Anyway, now we have the Christmas time and all that. And they are on leave in regards to the shift and all that. And I guess a lot of the nation worldwide is pretty much in a break. I do wonder in regards of now that it's closing to Christ Mass, in regards of maybe I need to actually go out and buy some food, because I tend to always get into issues with these so-called holy days. Because then I don't have any. Well, I do still have a lot of cans, so a lot of fish. Can't even help them in regards of race thing, because it's the club battle. New member of club can't participate in club battle. Please enter from the next club battle. So we'll see if that's possible. Usually that sometimes that goes a little more time than one club battle, it seems. So hopefully they won't kick me out for having 0 points. It's kind of not really good. See them, but of course they know me from the past, so maybe they will not kick me out. We'll see. But who knows? We'll see if they kick me out or not. I guess they won't really have anything to lose because they'll just get a little points for them. Although it does seem to give I have 0 points collected, which is weird because I have been playing, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't in the club at that point. Maybe that's true. Anyway, pretty much in the beginning you have the lowest cars and all that, and the lowest. You work yourself up every single player thing, and it starts from the lowest. So you can just take your lowest car, and if it's pretty good upgrade and all that, the pretty much the computer can just win the thing for you. It's just bullshit, but that's just how it is. It drives by itself. It's one of these bullshit things they fixed into the game. It doesn't drive as fast and as perfect as you would and all that. So of course it's not. It gets slow and all that. But when you have upgraded the car to a specific point, then you can still actually win some of them just by letting it run by itself. And you don't lose any point in the beginning either. You get to these different tire things and all that, and the higher you get, you begin to be able to lose points at some point, so you can actually go downward instead of upward. But not in the beginning. You can only get plus or 0. So I think the position 4, I think you get 0 points or something like that. Anyway. I guess it will be, I can take a break with all the things, I guess. I don't know. Now we have this Christmas nonsense around. And we have all the lockdown things, and now they're using Christmas as well to further lock down people and what they can do and what they can't do and all that. And there will probably be more people out there doing their Nazi thing in regards to. You can't actually. Apparently, by the way, you're apparently getting still 3 points. So apparently you can't even lose points. So every time you actually run, you will actually get points. Even if you lose. And usually we will also collect some resources in regards to money. It's one of these games that is just focused on grinding, sadly. Lots of grinding, lots of bullshit, lots of pushes, lots of things are wasting your time. So 21:11, I could get over and get some meat if I want. Maybe some chicken. Or I could go out to these guys and meet up and see. I don't know. I could. I don't know if I. It just feels usually I feel like I'm outside overall. And I guess I am in some sense, Oh wait, they're very close. Actually, that's a huge tree, If anyone should do anything, they should burn that tree, They should burn the tree down at the place. That would be pretty good, Just close to Christmas, Have a little bonfire of the Christmas tree, Christmas tree, or the juletræ. There we go with some smoking thing. Oh yeah, they're getting close to the place, so now they're going to keep some speeches. That took longer than I expected, but of course, and it probably have gone more than 5 kilometers, I would think. Who knows? Maybe it is what it is. But yeah, now he steps onto the platform with the big Christmas tree in the middle of it. Someone should take some liquid and burn that tree off. It should be burning, it should be burning pretty quickly if you just get a little light on it, on the bottom, I guess, you can actually be put in jail of whatever for saying such a thing or whatnot, but it's paganism, it's bullshit. It shouldn't be in the Danish nation, you know, this nonsense and like idols and images and all that. So now they're coming in 21:13, and there will be some speeches. Oh, there's also the peace. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it seems like that was the peace guys for peace. Now he's going up stage. There's one going on in regards of stop globalization. Yeah. In regards to the Roman world order and all that, but yeah. Just still feels dark, you know, just all black, and then a Christmas tree in the middle, you know, it's just, you know, at least burn the Christmas tree, you know. Or maybe I should tell it to myself, why don't you go burn the Christmas tree? Yeah, why don't I? Anyway, at least, you know, I have the, what do you call it? You know, it would be a wonderful thing, I think, to burn the Christmas tree. Of course, it's pagan bullshit. And, yeah, anyway. You know, it would be a nice thing to do. Because that's what Denmark is about, right? Pagan bullshit, you know? Anyway. Well, they should be getting ready for a speech. There's a good amount of people in there. Again, the music, the people that is you know, is hiding themselves behind mask, you know. The vibe is just doesn't really feel like a positive vibe. It feels negatively, you know. Black people, black symbols, the music, you know, it's just, there's something feels wrong. The symbols being used, it just doesn't feel right. Now, if all these people, I don't know, but if all the people that could see something was wrong actually, you know, voted or had voted for some of those people that actually wanted to change things from the inside, no, at least that would have been some people inside. Anyway, doesn't change. You know, it's interesting that, you know, the Danish people have been able to change things for 500 years. They have been able to read the Bible, and yet, wow, that's a good amount of people. Absolutely more than. This is like the whole thing. There's like a lot of people, it seems, that is collecting.
Og vi samler i dag, fordi de nu er kommet efter børn. Ikke nok med første og anden vaccine. Og nedlukning, hvor de prøver at presse sig selv til den tredje stik. Så prøver de også at skabe splittelse på børnenes stue. Og udskam de børn og de forældre, der ikke vil lade deres børn deltage i en eksperimentel vaccineforsøg.
Yep.
Ingen vacciner til vores børn! Ingen vacciner til vores børn! Vi har 3 taler i dag, og jeg vil præsentere den første i dag. Jeg har set ham nogle gange, vi skal være her. Han hedder sortklædt demonstrant. Han er den første, der kommer op. Så præsenterer jeg de andre efterfølgende. Så rigtig godt imod ham.
Well, it's nice that the guy at the stand that's talk now was not clothed in, you know, mask and all that. Although you can, yeah, okay. The first speaker is with it's coated with a mask, you know. It's like, no. Ja, det fatter jeg.
De endte med at have ret med gesundhedspresset. De endte med at have ret med upålidelige bevægelser. Men for hvilken pris? De har snart ret, at de ønsker os tvangsvaccination. Men for hvilken pris? De havde ret med alt. Men for hvilken pris, elsker danskere? Hvor mange flere skal dø af eksperimentelle vacciner? Hvor mange flere skal leve resten af livet i ulidelige smerter? Hvor mange flere skal lukke deres butikker og miste deres indkomst? Hvor mange flere koloner skal fortsætte med at adlyde regeringens meningsløse tiltag? Og vi ved alle sammen efterhånden, at det ikke er lavet. Vi ved alle sammen, at restriktionerne ikke får bremse nogen smitte. Vi ved alle sammen, at det er politisk. At det er for at presse os til noget. De taler om fri presse.
Det er sådan set.
Nej, vi er ikke sølvpapirshat længere. Vi er sølvpapirshat. Hver daglige smittetal og dommedagsprofetier, som der hver eneste gang har slået kroligt spredt. I er bedragerne. I er løgnerne. Og jeg glæder mig til at se jer i nogen der.
Men jeg know. Så
Dem, som ikke kan se længere end deres egen næse, fortjener vores største sympati. Og disse mennesker skal vendes. De skal indse, hvilke bedrag de har fulgt trop med. De skal gøre op med sig selv og indrømme, at statslederne har snydt dem. De skal se i øjnene, at
Klink.
de øjne og netop være det nødvendige og den virkelige sandhed og der frygtelige at tro.
Anyway. Nå, ja da.
Vores syg må ikke længere blive krigsliver. Lad dem drage på gaden med os. Lad dem slutte sig til os, så deres hjerter må lettes. Og fortæl dem, at de ikke må være blandt dem, som tager verden for givet. For der blev engang sagt, at intet kan gøre den frygtsomme mere modig end andens frygt. Det er på tide at vise dem, at folk er i stand til. Det er på tide at vise dem, at folk er i stand til.
Det er bare meget. Ja, det går med. Jeg mener det.
Vi er ansvarlige for deres manglende frihed. Og vi er ansvarlige for fremtiden, vores børn skal leve i. Vi er skyldige, hvis vi ikke viser verden vores udsyn. Jeg opfordrer enhver dansker med den mindste sans for værdighed og stolthed til at gå med os på gaden. De kan prøve at undertrykke os. De kan prøve at kontrollere os. De kan prøve at dræbe os for den sags skyld. Men overgivelse er ikke på tale!
Nå, ja.
Vi havde styrken til at samle 50 mennesker på gaden. Vi gjorde det til 200 mennesker. Og vi vil gøre det til 2, 5.000, 10.000 af mennesker fra tiden af inde. Og jeg tror ikke, at de tusinder, der griner af os snart, stadigvæk griner i dag. For vi sover alle under den samme måde om natten. Og vi vågner til den samme sol om morgenen. 2 stik blev til 3. 3 stik blev til 4. Og de skrækkelige kommuner, hundehunder, hængerøver, amatører, bændekokker, blålamme bydestik, udfærdige, interessante utræver, de værste på rakken. Vi står i verden, vi vågner, vi er afstillinger. Og de snakker om at vælge side. Har vi mere valgt intet? Jeg blev født som en frit menneske. Og derfor er jeg i dag. Nej, aldrig mere falde for løgner. Aldrig mere falde for snyd. Aldrig mere falde for tomord. Sig til dig selv. Jeg er ikke skurk i denne historie. Jeg gør, hvad jeg gør. Fordi der er intet andet valg. For hvis vi står for intet, vil vi falde for alt. Sammen står vi stærke, og opdelt vil vi falde. Kig på personen ved siden af dig. I er begge kommet hertil.
Ja.
Ikke for jeres mange hjem.
Det ved jeg.
Nej, det er ikke for indtil vi står her. I har fundet jer selv i dem, som står ved jeres side. I dag er en lille sejr for den store kamp, der står foran os. Lad dem ikke komme efter vores børn. Lad dem ikke komme efter vores børn. Lad dem vide. Lad dem vide, lad dem vide. At helvede bryder løs. Længe leve modstandsbevægelsen. Længe leve Danmark. Leve for Danmark. Vi er for Danmark. Leve for Danmark. Vi er for Danmark. Leve for Danmark. Vi er for Danmark.
You know, what the problem is that those, of course, that are, making this by
Vi har en kæmpe stor hånd.
purpose
Fortsæt demonstrant.
might also be the ones that actually is controlling the opposition.
Kun for folk, der ikke er vaccineret. På trods af, at de siger i deres egne medier, de vaccinerede også smitter. Fucking Mette Frederiksen siger på sit pressemøde, at det skal være vanskeligt at ikke være vaccineret. Men lad dem alle sammen vide, at det skal være vanskeligt at være politikernes vil jeg sige stor tak til Indersigten og Mette Blank. De har gjort det godt i rigtig lang tid.
And who are they, you know?
Og de bliver ved at arrangere det ene flotte event efter det andet. Præcis. De er også gode til at synge. Så den, der er Indersigten med det blandt, det er fantastisk. Der er kommet solstrål i dag. Der er Morten. Morten kommer over og sagde hej til os. Det er fantastisk at se dig igen. Og det mener jeg virkelig. Det er dejligt at have Morten tilbage. Han har været væk meget til stykke tid, der kom tilbage. Der er folk, der er samlet. Der er folk, der har spurgt efter ham. Og det er fedt, du er tilbage, Morten. Rigtig godt. Men vi skal også vide, at det kan godt være, at der er en indersigte, der kan noget i Mette Blank. Men den, vi skal takke, det er selvfølgelig den, der står herude. Det er jer, der står her. Det har en kæmpe betydning for, at det her, vi har været igennem i snart 2 år, det vender til det positive. Og jeg kunne godt høre på den tale, der var lige før. Den var god. Det er ikke, jeg deler det faktisk ikke. Jeg ser meget positivt på det, der sker ude i verden. Det her, det er vores mulighed for at vinde noget, der har været greb til noget, der bliver fantastisk. Og det er virkelig sådan, jeg ser det. Prøv at høre her. Alle jer, der står herude, alle sammen, de har haft en tid i deres liv, hvor det har været svært. De har siddet og kigget lidt på ord og tænkt, hvordan kommer det ud det her?
Yeah.
Og den løsning, det var måske at tage fat i hinanden. Det var måske at gå ind og finde den indre styrke, som er i sider. Jeg ved ikke, hvad der skulle til, eller der gjorde, at I rejste jer dengang. Men jeres liv, det er trokopi af det, vi har set de sidste 2 år. Og at verden, den har været helt nede, hvor vi kommer simpelthen til jer. Jeg ved, at jeg får beskeder og opringninger fra forældre, voksne mennesker, der er meget bekymret. Men prøv at høre her. Det har været helt nede i niveau, og vi kravler op af det hul, stille og roligt. Og vi kan faktisk se top. Det er sådan, jeg ser på det. Det er det samme, der er sket i jeres liv. Vi har været dernede. I kommer op igen. Og I kommer op, og I blomstrer, og I kommer tilbage meget stærkere. Jeg vil godt fortælle 2 korte historier. Den ene historie, den skete her den anden dag, da jeg gik ind på Hovedbanegården. Det skal siges, at jeg bor i centrum af København, så jeg tager toget tit og ofte til Hovedbanegården, der er skidt ind. Når jeg ankommer, så har jeg et ritual, og ritualet er, at jeg går en runde på Hovedbanegården og tæller, hvor mange mennesker, der ikke har vasket på. Og jeg bliver glad. Jeg bliver nogle gange træt. Jeg tænker, men igen, jeg arbejder med min irritation. Jeg prøver at forvente til noget positivt. Det må jeg også gøre. Men her, den anden dag, der går jeg rundt. Jeg tæller 27 mennesker ud i vasken. Men til mig, Jesper, hvor er det godt? 27 mennesker, der siger nej, tak. De siger nej, jeg vil ikke mere. Jeg går en tur rundt. Jeg kommer til det vaccinationscenter, som ligger inde på Hovedbanegården. Og jeg står bare og kigger på de mennesker, der står i kø. Og ja, jeg tænker, det er sgu ikke særlig godt. De ved ikke bedre. Men prøv at høre her. De gør deres bedste. De får bare den forkerte nyhed ind i øren og ind til hjernen. Men jeg står og kigger, og lige pludselig så ser jeg 2 børn. Ja, det gør sådan. Den er hård. Den er rigtig hård. Det, der sker efterfølgende, mens jeg står og kigger på de 2 børn, det er, der sker noget, som er meget, meget grimt. Det er, at jeg hører råd ind fra det vaccinationscenter. Jeg hører et barn, der skriger. Det skriger,
Wow.
går et råd
så er det jo passe. Ja, vi vælter rundt. Mange. Okay. Så det er jo ikke tænkt jer. Wow. Hvor tyder det i? Ja.
Så derfor så ønsker jeg alle jer derude, at I stadig bakker op og giver fantastiske demonstrationer med det blank afordner. med hjertet på vejen. Vi er også nødt til flyver, også flyver, så bliver vi nødt til at tage handling på noget, som er så super vigtigt, og det er at støtte de foreninger, der faktisk vil lave kæmpe omvæltning ud i Danmark. Og det er der, hvor Mørkeren, de kommer ind i billedet. Jeg vil sige tak. Jeg håber, at tage handling. Gå ind på mørkeren.dk og se og høre, hvad vi har at tilbyde. Tak fordi I dukker op i dag. Giv jer selv en hånd, for I er fantastiske. Frihed for Danmark! Frihed for Danmark! Som Martin siger, der er brug for mange forskellige energier. Der er mange, der siger, at Men in Black står for aggressiv energi, og så videre. Det gør vi ikke. De kun de plan der. Men in Black er for alle sammen for positiv energi, for en start regering med hård energi, men Men in Black også for børnene. Og jeg vil rigtig gerne have præsenteret Michael Jackson for jer. God bless. Men det bliver desværre Michael Jackson, der kommer på. Ikke desværre, men han har nogle rigtig vigtige ting at sige. Giv en kæmpe stor hånd til Michael Jackson!
Yes.
Ting, der foregår, og tiden er inde til, at maskerne falder, så nu skyder jeg dem. Vi står her i dag, fordi regeringen har sat i gang, at de vil vaccinere vores børn. Der er ifølge SSI egen statistikker et barn under 20 år, der er død af den her coronaepidemi. Der er 20 mennesker under 60, som ikke har forudgående sygdom, som er døde de sidste 2 år. Det har ingen proportioner.
Nej.
Men denne her
Det er.
notice har 2 sider. Den har en psykologisk side, og den har en politisk side. Jeg vil gerne prøve at tage lidt i begge ting i aften, for begge ting er rigtig, rigtig vigtige. Jeg var i eftermiddag til en demonstration, hvor vi gik til middagstid med en masse kvinder i front, og det var en smuk, festlig og feminin energi. Det var dejligt. Og i aften har vi krigerne, blinde black, som går foran. Og de 2 kræfter har i den grad brug for at blive integreret i en fælles kamp om konkrete politiske mål at opgøre med det her. Men der ligger en meget, meget vanskelig ting og rumle med under det her, som har at gøre med, at vores største modstander i mine øjne er ikke derude. Den er herinde i os selv. Det er ting, vi kæmper med inde i os selv. Jeg har, da jeg var 10 måneder gammel, kom jeg på hospitalet med mellemørebetændelse. Og min mor havde meningitis samtidig. I flere uger stod jeg og græd efter min mor. Og det var frygteligt. Og hun kom ikke, og jeg kunne ikke forstå hvorfor. Og til sidst trådte mit hjerte så sammen i et mørkt raseri. Og da hun så endelig kom tilbage, hun var syg. Hun var lige ved at dø. Og da hun kom tilbage, tog hun så kærligt af mig. Men der var noget inde i mig, der var dødt. Der var et sted, jeg havde lukket hjertet for hende, og det pinede hende. Og det har taget mig 50 år at komme ind til den smerte, fordi den var så frygtelig. Vores børn, det der er så smukke ved vores børn, det er deres uskyld. Børn kan ikke lade være med at elske deres forældre. Det er deres instinkt. Der er ikke noget værre end at kigge på et barn, hvis uskyld slukkes. Den umiddelbare kærlighed i øjnene slukkes, fordi deres hjerter bliver hårde, fordi de bliver mødt af en verden, der sårer dem. Og det er det, vi har gang i øjeblikket. Det er så frygteligt at se, hvordan børnene bliver såret af det her, hvordan de bliver udskammet og presset til at tage de frygtelige vacciner, men ikke kun det, også på alle andre måder. Fordi der ligger en problemstilling, som handler om, at det her er også en åndelig kamp. Corona-generalerne, de teknologiske
Det vi ser nu i dag, er en udløber af det, der skete under 2. verdenskrig. 2. verdenskrig var meget speciel, fordi det var en stor åndelig kamp, en stor okkult kamp. Et gammelt onde, der blev sluppet fri. Og efter 6 års kamp mod det tyske tyranni, så fortsatte med den nationalisme, som egentlig havde været problemet til. Og man siger fra de åndelige verdener, at krigen lukkede vi døren til det onde, men vi forsejlede den ikke. Vi har den nybårne idealisme, som FN var udtryk for, blev ikke ført ud i livet på alle mulige måder, underminerede man inviterede diktaturer ind i FN, som fik vetoret. Det langt på den selvmodsigende form for som FN står for, gør det ikke muligt at samle verden og have en meningsfuld verdensorden. Vi bliver nødt til at reformere det her fra bunden af og forstå, at det her også er en åndelig kamp. Det nytter ikke noget, at vi bare raser, fordi vi er rasende egentlig, fordi vi har et smertende barn, som har brug for at rase på nogen. Vi bliver også nødt til at hele vores egne indre børn, så vi kan kigge på vores modstandere med bløde øjne. Problemet inde på Christiansborg er ikke, som jeg ser det, at de er korrupte. De er inkompetente. De forstår ikke, at de mørkes kræfter kommer sivende ind, ligesom hvis I kender Ringenes Herre. Røgen fra Mordor, Saurons kræfter, magtens ring. Det er meget, meget virkeligt. Det er den kamp, vi står midt i.
Kan vi...
Når man er i en politik, og ikke har aktiviseret mørke skygger, når man ikke har kigget dybt ind i sin egen sjæl, så er man sårbar over for de her indflydelser. Og derfor så begynder man at tænke, som mørke gerne vil have, at de tænker. Jeg tror, de tror, at det er det rigtige, for der sidder en lille stemme inde i dem, som handler om frygt. Frygten for døden har fat i folk.
altså...
Men døden er ikke endeligt. Døden er godt begyndt på en ny rejse. Reinkarnation er et faktum. Og fra de åndelige verdener kigger de lige ned på Danmark i øjeblikket, hvor Danmark er rigtig. Danmark er fra de åndelige verdener udsat til et overgangsland, hvor vi bryder magtens ring og føder livets ring. En kærlighedsrevolution. Og det er også det, jeg har set i dag. Det har været en fest at gå med. En fantastisk fest af mennesker med kærlighedsskilte, med musik, med glade ansigter. Det vi står overfor er ikke bare en frygtelig ting. For mørket er gået for langt i den her sag. Og ligesom en bolig, man er meget gode for det. Hvor meget er det under os, vi står overfor? Og jeg tror, at vi står overfor en revolution, der spiller rundt den meget svært. Når tingene begynder at falde fra hinanden, så er det en rigtig følge, har vi fået det her, men nu begynder den snart at vende og gå den anden vej. Og for at kunne vende den anden vej, men vi er også nødt til at forvandle os indeni. Vi bliver nødt til at være den forandring, vi gerne vil se i verden. Vi bliver nødt til at forene krigerne med Man in Black. Og også alle yogamødrene og spændmødrene og de feminine kræfter, som står for healing, fordi det handler ikke kun om at sætte grænser, det handler også om at hele os selv og hele samfundet. Og forstå, hvor mange sår, der er i det her samfund efter 1000 år patriarkat, som Gud har lavet i frygtet rod. Så det er altid mit budskab til jer i aften, at det ikke bare handler om de andre, det handler også i høj grad om os selv og tage den hjem. Og prøv at kigge på myterne. Ringenes Herre er en fantastisk historie. Og hvem er det, der redder hele butikken? Det er Frodo, den lille ringbærer, som repræsenterer udskylden, som repræsenterer barnet. Og det er den del, vi er nødt til at finde af os selv, hvis vores kriger skal blive helt. For at krigeren tjener det gode, så bliver han nødt til også at integrere uskyld. Og hvis vi kigger på Aragorns rejse som den sande konge, alle vores myter handler om det her med, hvem er den legitime hersker. Han skulle igennem en vigtig rejse, hvor han først beviste, at han var en kriger med hans dyb. Så beviste, at han var en magiker, da han kunne konfrontere dødens konge. Hvis han ikke var død, død. Og til sidst er der noget, som faktisk synger den sprog, som er rigtig vigtigt. Han beviste, at han var en healer. For da han kom ind i Mordor, og Peter og Mary ligger, og det er lykkes, at han kommer ind og tænker på ham. Og han
Let's
Det er
talk to.
mørket forsøger at besætte jorden igen. Det er samme mørke, som prøvede at besætte jorden under 2. verdenskrig. Nu prøver de på en anden måde. Og sandheden er også, at de åndelige verdener kigger ned på os, og de vil give os sejren, hvis vi rejser os op og kæmper. Det er bundlinjen. Hvis vi rejser os op og kæmper. Og det gør vi. Tak for i aften. Frihed for Danmark. Vi har fået nok. Frihed for Danmark. Vi har fået nok.
Vi har ikke flere tæller tilbage, men vi har en DJ, der kommer til at spille i 2 timer. Nu er regeringen endnu en gang vil lukke ned for alt kulturliv, så må vi lige så stille rykke det ud på gaden igen.
Oh, that was a lot of New Age bullshit. And I guess Facebook. Well, I guess my computer has some issues, and I guess the mobile has some issues as well. Ah, well.
Som jeg ved, et par af talerne også i dag, vi har hinanden.
Oh, what's my?
Og lige meget hvor mange restriktioner vi kommer til at møde, lige meget hvor mange modstand vi kommer til at møde derude blandt folk, så husk, at vi altid skal gå ud med frem ud. For det kan ikke knække os, når vi står sammen, når vi står selvsikre og når vi står stærke. Giv en kæmpe stor hånd til PV, og giv en kæmpe stor hånd til jer selv.
Oh, yes, yeah. Ja. Okay, interessant.
Tak for i dag. I ved, hvor I er.
Interessant. Den havde jeg ikke.
Gå her.
Oh well. I should probably stop now. I haven't really spoken about anything anyway. I looked into this. Speaking.